Trail of Tears, The Cruel Forced Displacement of 60,000 American Natives, written by Kelly Mass, narrated by Kelly Fraser. Summaries from history. Chapter 1. Background of the Trail of Tears. The Trail of Tears was a harrowing series of forced relocations that took place between 1830 and 1850, impacting approximately 60,000 American Indians from the so-called Five Civilized Tribes. These tribes, which included the Cherokee, Muscogee Creek, Seminole, Chickasaw, and Choctaw nations, were driven from their ancestral lands in the Southeastern United States to designated areas west of the Mississippi River, an event orchestrated by the United States government. The forced removal was the culmination of a decades-long process of ethnic cleansing that occurred gradually as tribes were stripped of their homelands, cultural identities, and livelihoods. Alongside them, thousands of African American slaves owned by these tribes were also relocated, compounding the tragedy. The Indian Removal Act, passed in 1830, paved the way for the systematic relocation of these tribes. It was during this period that the Cherokee removal in 1838, often considered the most infamous and final forced relocation east of the Mississippi, occurred. This event was largely triggered by the discovery of gold in Dahlonega, Georgia, in 1828, which sparked the Georgia Gold Rush. The prospect of wealth led state officials and settlers to covet Cherokee land, ultimately resulting in the forced march to the newly designated Indian Territory in what is now Oklahoma. The journey to the Indian Territory was grueling and deadly. Thousands of those removed from their homelands faced exposure, disease, and hunger. As the tribes traveled, they endured harsh conditions, leading to widespread suffering and death. Many did not survive the trek, succumbing to illness before or shortly after reaching their destinations. Historical accounts of the Trail of Tears emphasize the immense loss and suffering that these communities endured, with some sources referring to the event as a form of genocide. Suzanne Schoen Harjo, a prominent Native American activist and curator at the Smithsonian's National Museum of the American Indian, has referred to it as such. However, this characterization remains controversial and is debated by several historians. In the years leading up to the removals, the tribes known as the Five Civilized Tribes had been living autonomously in the southeastern U.S.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?